You're watching Underdog Gaming. You're the beginner's guide for Captain Cold. Captain Cold is a good zoning character who can trick the opponent with setups and traps. To start things off, let's discuss his special moves. Cold Blast is a fast projectile that does decent damage as well, so it's very powerful from a distance. With that being said, it is a high attack, so the opponent could duck under it. It's also unsafe on block, so avoid doing it up close. The Meter Burn version fires 2 shots for more damage, and the second attack hits mid, so your opponent can't duck under it. It's also -4 on block, so if you're up close and do the attack by accident, you can keep yourself safe with the Meter Burn. Death Circle is a falling projectile that hits overhead, so it always hits opponents who are crouching. It also has 3 different distances that you can control. Holding back during the attack will have it hit right in front of Captain Cold. This is a great way to end most corner combos, since it forces your opponent to block what you do next. Otherwise, the Icicle will hit them and they'll be opened up for a full combo. Holding forward during the attack will have it hit further away. The Meter Burn version places a solid chunk of ice in the middle of the screen. Your opponent either has to manually break this block of ice or jump over it. Not to mention your projectiles can also pass through it, so it's a great keep away tool if you're willing to spend the meter. The wall does good damage and is a great way to end most combos. It also blocks incoming projectiles, however do keep in mind the startup is slow, so it doesn't work completely. However, the Meter Burn version throws the wall at the opponent and blocks all incoming projectiles, so if you have the meter, this version actually will counter most keep away. It also does good damage as well and is plus on block, just in case you do it up close by mistake. Big Freeze hits low and staggers the opponent. This can be a good way to trick the opponent if they're used to blocking your overheads. The Meter Burn version holds the opponent in place to extend combos, and is your main method for extending combos in general. Even if the attack doesn't hit, it still leaves a trap on the ground that will activate if the opponent walks over it, so it's very good for setups at the end of certain combos. Frost Shield creates a small area of effect that does damage to the opponent if they stand in it. This can be a good way to end certain combos, especially if the opponent's near the corner. With that being said, I don't use this move very often. The Meter Burn version does more damage, stays out for longer, and freezes the opponent if they stay in it long enough, allowing you to walk in for a full combo. That's it for his special moves, so let's move on to his best attack strings. Showcase does decent damage and can start off combos in the corner. It's also a great way to start charging your trait, since it knocks the opponent away and leaves them airborne for a short period of time. Freeze does decent damage and knocks the opponent full screen, allowing you to play some keep away. Prison Break does great damage and is a great way to end most combos. Just like Showcase, it's also a good way to charge your trait. Citizen Cold has great range and is a good way to end most combos, especially if Prison Break is too difficult for your fingers. While the full string is unsafe on block, the first 2 hits are not, so it's a great tool in the neutral. Captain Cold's trait has to be manually charged by holding down the circle button, which you can cancel out of at any time with a forward dash or a back dash. Reaching level 1 gives you access to Frosted Tips. This covers Captain Cold in spikes that do more damage to his normals and special moves when he's up close. Reaching level 2 gives you access to Glacier Grenade, which slows down the opponent whenever they're inside of it and does damage to them over time. If they stay inside the sphere long enough, they'll be frozen in place, allowing you to hit them with a full combo. You can also combo into Glacier Grenade, although your options for doing so are quite limited, especially if you're not in the corner. And if I'm being completely honest, you're better off setting up the attack with Keep Away than trying to combo into it directly. Reaching level 3 gives you access to Cryogen Blast, a full screen freeze attack that's great for extending combos. Just in case your opponent does manage to block it, it's also safe on block. However, I do recommend that you always combo into it, otherwise it's just not worth the effort. With that being said, it is a great way to counter most Keep Away characters, so if you're fighting an opponent who loves to zone you, then Cryogenic Blast just might be worth it. Captain Cold Super hits full screen and is very fast as well, so it's a great tool for Keep Away and countering Keep Away as well. Keep in mind that Captain Cold's longer combos do require meter, so unless your setups are on point, you're going to want to keep a bar on you at all times. Now let's put it all together for some basic bread and butter combos. The button translations are in the video description below. Please request which character you want to see next. If you enjoyed this guide and found it helpful, please leave a like down below. And while you're down there, go ahead and post a comment too. Tell me what you think. If you want to help support the channel and look good while doing it, please check out my t-shirts. If you want to support the channel more directly, please stop on by my Patreon. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, because we have content on this channel every single week. It's never a dull moment on Underdog Gaming. So make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.